The Style Method Podcast, helping you avoid fashion disasters one sassy tip at a time. Celebrity and high-end personal stylist Amy Salinger dives into style wins, fashion fails, and closet confessions with women of all shapes, budgets, and lifestyles. Expect expert tips, unfiltered advice, and maybe a little tough love, all in the name of great style. It's time to unlock your signature look. Welcome back to the Style Method Podcast, where it's real talk, real style, real you. I am your host, Amy Salinger, celebrity and high-end personal stylist and founder of the Style Method System. And today I've got a seriously special guest. Her name is Farnoosh Torabi. She is not only an incredible personal finance expert, author, recovering TV host, and might I mention, podcast host of the So Money podcast, which has over 40 million downloads. That's right. We are talking today about finances and fashion. These two things are intimately connected, right? Like, you never know when to invest. You never know when to save. You never know when to splurge. And at the end of the day, you want to feel fabulous. So you want to spend your money correctly and love your wardrobe. I am blessed. Farnoosh has been my client and my friend for over 20 years. And if you want to, go on over to So Money Podcast and check it out. I was a guest on there recently as well, talking about how to invest in the correct pieces in your wardrobe. Take a listen. I am so excited to have my friend, my client, Farnoosh Torabi on the show today. Welcome, Farnoosh.
Thank you, Amy. I'm so glad you're doing this podcast. What took so fucking long?
This is a girl that's known me for 20 years, as you can tell. There is nothing hidden between us. So the audience understands a little bit about how we know each other. I think we should dive into our beautiful 20-year-long history and how we met. Do you remember how we met?
It was a sunny day in Battery Park, New York City. I was on assignment. I was hosting an event for a PR company called Maloney and Fox. My friends Brian and Margie owned a marketing agency, and as part of a campaign for one of their clients, they hosted this small business a contest where the contest was a beanbag contest. So it was a lot of fun, and it was sort of a publicity stunt. I hosted it. At the time, I was a local news reporter and, getting my, earning my stripes as a reporter, journalist in the city, and met you, and really was also looking at this event as an opportunity to meet entrepreneurs and small business owners. And so you and I clicked right away, not just on that level, but I think too, learning about what you do made me very curious on a personal level.
Full disclosure, I was at that event, not really for the free PR. I mean, that would have been great, but I was there to make connections too. And the universe brought us together. I will never forget my friend who brought me to the event. She's a fashion designer, and she was like, you need to go talk to the woman hosting this event because she writes for AM New York, which is a local New York City paper, and you see if you can get written up. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. So it all worked out for the best. And 20 years later, we're still friends. I'm pretty psyched. And for those of you that are listening, I actually just did a podcast with Farnoosh, or So Money podcast. So go over there, take a quick listen. There's always, we have so much to talk about. We could fill many, many more hours.
You really informed us and me, really. I had so many questions about the state of fashion, the economics of fashion, what to invest in, what to skip, how to evaluate your closet if you're someone who's always gravitating towards the same things, how to break free from that, and also AI and how it's shaping, manipulating, maybe we can say, a lot of things, and even your industry. So Gotta listen to that. I thought, I mean, I don't normally talk about fashion on a financial podcast, but it makes sense.
What I do is intimately connected to finances, and you do have to put clothing on your back. And more than that, the clothing on your back is your brand. It is who you are presenting every day to the world. There is a reason why people make judgments on other people in the first 7 seconds they meet them. And, you might be like, oh, people shouldn't judge me based on that. And I don't care what I have on. And I'm like, I'm sorry, that's just not reality.
And to reflect, because I think too, with shopping, we talked about this on So Money, there is a dopamine hit that we get. We love,
Yes.
a lot of us, I can't speak for everybody, but I think, we all love a good find, and the shopping experience can feel like a sport sometimes, like you're winning or you're losing. And then, you might make impulse decisions, but those cost money. And so time, I think, goes a very long way in allowing us to spend within our means and spend more consciously.
So it's funny. Obviously, I'm a stylist. I shop for a living. I put outfits together, but I am the first person to say, stop shopping. Like, I am constantly telling clients, stop shopping. You don't need more stuff. You need to own the right things. You need to own less and style more. And so I am actually the first person to put a kibosh on that. Specifically, the middle of the night shopping. I have more than one client that love to wake up in the middle of the night and start scrolling. And all of a sudden it's like, packages are showing up and they don't even remember what they bought.
Don't remember. Yes.
Like, it's so bad for your budget. But more than that, it's bad for your closet because you are filling your closet with stuff, not things that you love. And that's capital LOVE, but stuff. And now you're adding to the problem. That's middle of the night shopping. The other side of this is emergency shopping, which is last minute panic shopping. Oh shit, I have an event, is the worst way to shop because you're never going to hit all of the bullet points of loving every element of the item or the outfit that you buy. It's going to be, that's good enough. And I always say the kiss of death is the word fine. When a client's like, well, this is fine, I'm like, oh my God, my heart sinks a little bit. I'm like, fine is bullshit. Fine might as well be ugly in my world. Yeah, I guess. Ugh. Well, here, you know what? Let me give you some, this is one of my tips that I give people so that they don't emergency shop. They don't shop in the middle of the night. They don't do all the things that are, dare I use the word wrong, but really it's just working against you.
Human nature.
Human nature. That's one way to put it. You're just wasting money and time. And then your closet is mocking you and being like, oh, you spend too much money on me. You don't wear me, or you're not even this size. This is wishful thinking, that kind of crap. You should have 3 lists going at all times for shopping. And you can just keep this in the notes on your phone. This is not difficult. You literally have a thought, put it in your phone. 1 is a seasonal list. Okay, these are the things I'd like for the upcoming season. And let me back up and say that you need to review your closet first and clean it out. Do not skip to step 2 without doing step 1. I have another podcast episode coming out about why cleaning out your closet is the first step in creating confidence. And stop making it so negative. Maybe you're going to find things in there that you forgot you owned and you loved. And it's like, poof, you went shopping in your own closet. There can be a positive side to this. So you're developing this seasonal shopping list. Once you look at what you own, that's list number 1. The other list is what I like to call the ongoing shopping list. I'd like to find the perfect white suit or the perfect leather pencil skirt. I'm just making things up that I don't know, they might be on my list, that I don't have to buy in the immediate, but the patience is the key. I am just waiting for that perfect item to show up, not just in the way it looks, but also because I've been so patient, I know what price point I can get it for. I'm like, I'm not going to spend X amount on that when I think I can do better and I can bypass it because I'm making there's a lot of research that's gone into it, but who cares? I don't need a white suit tomorrow. And the last list is the hit a dopamine list. And that's okay, maybe you have a new roof being put on your house and you don't have all this extra cash, but you want to just buy something that makes you happy. Buy a pair of earrings, buy a belt, buy some little trinket that zhuzhes up your outfit without it being millions of dollars. And side note, that doesn't mean you buy some cheap piece of shit. It means you buy something that's maybe more inexpensive, but still good quality.
Categorically speaking. Yeah.
Thank you. I just cannot, when people, one of the worst things they do is they buy cheap jewelry that like you wear it once and it starts to wear off. And I'm like, they're like, I love these earrings. And I was like, well, you should have spent like $30 more on them. And then you could have.
Well, I'm just worried about it like having a reaction to like a cheap metal. You know, I read a lot, you know, I have that. That's my fear, you know.
I always tell people gold, Phil, if we're doing silver, typically go sterling silver, and a lot of sterling silver is overpriced. Going on Etsy is the best place to get good quality jewelry for not as much money, and you're supporting local business, not fast fashion. Go, go, go. So we love that. Sterling silver, but in the gold world, the first thing you should do is either look or ask, is this gold plated or gold filled? Gold plated means it's going to rub off. The gold's going to rub off. It's going to be a piece of garbage. Gold filled, which is the same price point as gold plated, will look like gold forever. I have gold filled things that I wear in the showers. Fashion is typically very gray. And I like to make fashion black and white. I like to give hard and fast rules in bullet pointed form about how to execute things. For example, the 3 shopping list. But that's because I see it differently and I want to always translate it out for the rest of the world to be able to be fashionable and access their most authentic, fashionable selves easily. I don't want this to be a headache at the end of the day. Fashion is fun. Like, come on, there's bigger problems in the world right now. So let's actually talk about walking out the door. I had Farnoosh take the style adjective quiz, which, you know, everybody in the style method world, that is where they start because it is the forever filter for everything in your life, from cleaning out your closet to shopping to styling an outfit. It should be 1 to 4 adjectives that are your style descriptors. And then you'll have a wardrobe that authentically reflects you and an actual personal style, not just like throwing clothing on your body. So what did you get, Farnoosh?
Oh my gosh. It's so funny because I think this has been me through and through, right? I don't know a different person fashion-wise. I'm preppy, I am casual, and I'm minimal. And that doesn't mean that I haven't zhuzhed it up. You know, I will wear wild earrings. I'll wear, you know, but on occasion, if you're catching me on a Wednesday afternoon at the grocery store or at a work meeting at the coffee shop, I'm usually wearing some kind of comfortable outfit that is enhanced so I don't look like I'm, you know, sitting in my kitchen. And also, I guess, preppy too. I like a clean, hemmed, you know, I like a lot of navy and white and black and pops of color here and there, but I'm simple. But I want to look put together too. So that's me. And I think that's been me since I was a kid. Like, I look at my daughter who's 8 and she loves fashion. Like, she loves to accessorize and dress up. I was never that kid. And I wonder if that will be who she is when she's older, because, you know, you tend to be who you are forever. Like, it doesn't really change.
I will stand by that. I will say, though, that I always was entertained by hair and makeup and clothing some, but mostly hair and makeup. And I translated it into teaching myself much more about fashion. And so everything I do now is because I started with myself. It was actually not innate, which most people are surprised by. I am completely self-taught and like looked at other people, then applied those rules to myself. And that's kind of how the method was created. And it's kind of how I came up with the style adjective quiz, because I do think it's important to have a black and white base to everything you're doing. And so you start with those adjectives and then you work out from there. And I would say, as someone that's worked with you for 20 years, those have always been your style adjectives.
Yeah.
Yeah. which means the
And
style
I
adjective
think,
quiz worked.
I was looking at some of the other options in the quiz, and it was a clear no. Some of that I was like there was always one outfit that stood out that was like, didn't stand out in the way that I admired it. It was like, I want to wear that. I admire it and I want to wear that, because there's things that you admire, but you're like, not for me.
Right. But a lot of people can't figure that out. And I always explain it as that other woman that you see that you're like, oh my God, I love her outfit. And then you go and you Google it and you try to buy all the things that she had on and you put it on and you're like, WTF.
Didn't work.
Because she does not have your style adjectives, your body type, your lifestyle, your personality, all the things that make up your style. And it's like you're wearing a costume of someone else.
A costume. Yes. That's a great way. It's a great word. Yeah, for sure.
But I don't mind a little like costuming. Like, for example, you said sometimes you like to reach into other style adjectives that aren't necessarily yours and play around with them. And I am all about that, because who doesn't want to put on a costume every now and then? Depending on where I'm going, I'll dip it. I'm casual, glam, and edgy. I'm sure you're not surprised by those.
Edgy. You like a sharp edge.
I do like it. I mean, look at my earrings. They're rhinestone with a triangle. They're pretty fabulous. If you want to see this and you're listening, go to YouTube, because I definitely make sure I showcase all of the things.
You'll see me in my collegiate navy blue sweatshirt, my Warby Parker glasses, and my new fall shortcut.
Your hair looks really good, by the way. I did notice.
I just did it. It was like getting really out of control.
Your hair is an accessory. I always say it's one of the most important accessories. So you're put together for casual chic at home with a slight prep because of the collegiate element.
That was not in the adjective pool.
No, because chic goes with everything.
All right.
I'll literally be like, that's what
I was working towards a chic, and then I didn't get the chic, and then I was like, I don't even think that was an option.
Nah, chic is more of an overall adjective that, to me, you throw chic at the end of everything, and it basically means you're leveling up.
Boho chic.
There you go. You could literally put it with anything.
Casual chic. I'm casual chic.
There you go. See?
That's what I want. That's what I aspire to be. I don't know if I am that, but it's my goal. I wake up every morning. That's my goal.
I like that that's your goal. And by the way, that only requires putting on a little bit of jewelry, if anything. That is the instantaneous upgrade. Yes. I'm all about a nice lip gloss.
Wash your face.
I mean, why not? So I want to take your style adjectives and I want to put them into action with a segment I call the Outfit Equation Challenge. I know you're excited about this. So basically, we need to chat about an event. I had Farnoosh pick an event that's coming up, and we're going to discuss what the 4 factors, another formula, got lots of formulas that make up the perfect outfit. And this could be, you could use this formula for traveling, an entire trip, a weekend away, or just an outfit from a Tuesday afternoon to a big event on the weekend. It doesn't matter. It works across the board. And we're going to combine your style adjectives into that. So why don't you tell me a little bit about the event, and then we'll answer what the 4-part formula is.
All right. So I live in a really fun suburb of New Jersey. There's a film festival coming here this fall. It's an annual film festival. And I was invited to moderate a conversation in front of an audience indoors during this. It's like a 2-week-long festival. There's movie screenings, there's, director discussions and all sorts of fun things. And this is going to be a conversation with some producers of a documentary. And it's me and my co-host. We host a local podcast here in town. In addition to everything else, I also have this local podcast.
Go ahead, plug away.
Called the Montclair Pod, for all your Montclair audience listeners. Or all of them. Honestly, we have a lot of listeners who don't live in Montclair, who are we call them Montclair curious. And we're right outside the city of New York. And so we like to think we're hip, we're with it, and we have this film festival. So I'm going to be moderating. So keywords in front of an audience.
Yeah.
Indoors.
Yeah.
I will say though that I've never been to a festival event, but I have a feeling that people do dress up for these events. Like they're not wearing gowns, but they're also like, imagine going to like a movie premiere, where you're not the star of the movie. So like relax.
I'm
But
the star
maybe
of the movie all the time in my mind.
you're not the main character. Now, I'm not bringing main character energy, but respectful, because this is also like a really um, respected event. And so maybe not the event that I'm going to wear like a club dress, but like something, I mean,
Are
no
you still
offense.
wearing club dresses, Farnoosh?
You know, I have so many of those in my closet.
Right, exactly. It's time to evolve.
One shoulder, yeah, mini skirt. I mean, there's a time and place for that. This is not it. But there may be a happy hour, like drinks afterwards, which I will also host. So I don't want to wear anything that's too hot because it's going to be a long night and I will be moving around eventually too. So.
All right. So here's what the 4-part equation consists of. The location. So the location is it an event space? Is the actual location?
It's in town, in Montclair,
It's in town.
inside a space. I'm not really familiar with the space, but
But essentially it is an indoor space, film festival, local town people coming there. The weather, this is going to be somewhat mid-October, correct?
Right, which it's been seasonable. It's been warm, which I don't think is normal at this time of year. It's starting to get a little
normal in New England.
I don't know, like
nothing.
It's getting chillier. So I'm not too worried about like it's fall, right? That's kind of what my compass is. It's like it's fall. You don't wear a short sleeve something. Maybe you do wear long sleeve. You might want to wear fall colors. Like this isn't like a hot pink event, this is what my thought process
is where your brain is going. Okay.
Yeah.
So we know that the weather is going to be fall temperatures,
crisp,
but also remember crisp,
evening,
but indoors and evening. The audience is going to be, all the Montclairians. Can I say that? Is that a word?
No one's gonna be wearing a suit, but I think, if I had to guess, the men would probably be wearing jeans and a button down or maybe a blazer if they're really into it. And then the women are going to probably wear, they'll just look good. I don't even know what they're going to be wearing, but they'll look good. They could be wearing jeans and some heels. They could be wearing a midi skirt and a leather jacket. I don't know.
What I really want to know is where you're getting this from. You're making up the idea of guessing what
I'm thinking of the moms who show up to the school events. Yeah.
Okay. So you have a general dress code for the town itself. The activity, though, is you hosting. Are you sitting or standing while you're hosting?
Sitting.
You're doing the podcast. You're sitting. And then you will be standing up, walking around at the event itself. So that matters in terms of like footwear and comfort. My takeaway from this, from everything you've just said about everyone's made up outfits, is that it's going to be dressy casual. There is definitely do you love how I just took every single thing you just said and I'm like, let me just give you 2 words for it.
Yeah, 2 words.
Dressy casual. This is what I do every day, girl. Adjectives are very important, from your style adjectives to like giving adjectives to an event dress code. Like, it puts a framework around it. Again,
boundaries.
Less gray, boundaries, more black and white. So let's start with, you did pick out a dress that you said you really wanted to wear, and we're going to build an outfit around it. Can you show me that dress? Just hold up that beautiful dress.
Yes,
I'm going to actually not make you put on this dress because Farnoosh was already like, I'm
really tired, guys.
It's okay. Yeah. You're allowed to be tired.
So there's this really pretty midi length dress that I actually bought a year ago for a TV appearance. And
I'm going to give the audience kind of an overview of what it is for those that are not on YouTube. It is a forest green with mixed light greens, a little bit of black as a pattern going on there. It is a 3/4 length, like almost like balloon sleeve with a bell on the end. That means it's like a little bit of a poof sleeve, and it is cinched at the waist, and it is an A-line midi, which means it goes out a little bit like the shape of an A, but it hits just below her knee, and a deep V-neck, which I will tell you, I was concerned there'd be a lot of boobage going on, but I've been informed that it's just beautiful.
I mean, if you have boobs, yes, I can see that being a
they
thing.
would be hanging out. Listen, it is perfect for evening because the deep V-neck is great as far as like you can show off a little bit more skin, but there's still a professional element to it because it's not too low cut. It's got a sleeve on it. The sheer sleeve means it'll be breathable, but you won't have to put a layering piece over it to cover up your arms if that was something that you wanted to do. I honestly think this is a great straightforward piece, but now let's talk about footwear. I think we should bring in black instead of brown. There is a little bit of black in the dress.
What would it? Who brown? There's no brown in this dress.
That's not the point.
You
hear me out. Hear me out. You would bring in. I know you should see her face right now. It is a look of shock and surprise. The reason I would do brown, which is 100% not part of this outfit equation, is if you were doing something a little more boho, something a little more casual, something a little more almost like equestrian style. But that doesn't, number one, meet your style adjectives in any way, shape, or form. And number two, it doesn't meet this event criteria. But I guess the point is that you can restyle it. So many different ways that you didn't even think about the option of restyling it that way. That's what they pay me the big bucks for. Okay, let's pull out. We want some black shoes. What shoe options did you bring with you?
All right. I did the spectrum. I did. Okay. I have a boot.
Okay.
Then I have a pair of heels.
Let me see both.
The question is, do I want to show my ankle? Or do I not want to show my ankle?
How sexy do we want to be for this?
Revealing do I want to get?
We want to be
a standard. This is from J. Crew, actually. It's not the most comfortable, but
that's actually very important to know. It is a basic black pointed toe stiletto in suede. So there is a nice fall dressy element to it. That's why I always say, if you want to choose suede over leather, it's because it elevates it a little bit. Beautiful, but you've already told me something that has alarm bells going off, which is it's not really that comfortable, meaning walking around all night after you sit doing the podcast, you're going to be focused on your angry feet. What's the second option?
The second option is actually the boot that I bought for the dress.
Oh,
okay. And I don't normally buy a shoe for an outfit if I don't think I'm going to wear the shoe again. I mean, sure, a wedding dress has its own wedding shoes. Like,
no, it doesn't. No, it. Wait. I need to do an offset really quickly. I actually am totally anti everything you just said. I do not pigeonhole your wardrobe. This shoe should not go with this dress. I do. What you did say that does resonate is that you will buy something for a dress, but then you know you can restyle it, which is the important part. When you start pairing things together, then it means you don't see them outside of that world. I want you to see everything in your
Where were you when I got married in 2012? I mean, I really regret the shoes I bought too, because I've kept them. Obviously, it's a keepsake, but I'm not. When am I wearing these white like satin shoes with jewels on them?
I always say go for like simple, more in the crystal arena, because that is actually beautiful for different dressier occasions and can go with any dress. White satin is
my sister-in-law wore a pair of forest green shoes. Like,
oh my God, I love her.
So pretty with a white dress. Yeah. Okay.
Love it.
So these are the shoes. They're from Sam Edelman. I like the heel because it's sturdy and it's not like a stiletto.
Well, we should describe it. It's actually, these are basic.
It's like a rectangular
heeled, but low. That is not more than 2, maybe 2.5 inches. They're knee-high black suede boots, and they are pointed without being pointy toe in the front. They're like a rounded pointed toe with a skinny rectangular heel. Are they comfortable?
I think so. I mean, look, they're not cowboy boots. But I think the heel helps a lot. Their heel allows me to be more balanced. I like the toe.
Yeah,
area
I do
because
too.
I think it's elegant and chic, as opposed to like a rounded toe or a platform.
It's sleek.
It's sleek.
Sleek is the something I go after a lot with boots because it basically elongates your leg, it elevates your outfit, and the shoe becomes a complement to your outfit rather than the statement piece. And the other reason I would definitely go with the boots is you've already described your audience, and we're going for dressy casual. A suede pointed toe stiletto is not the way to go. We want to dress down your dress as opposed to dress it up. But because it's black suede, we're still keeping in the dressy arena. It makes sense with the chiffon flowier dress. What I want to do is belt this dress because I want to give you a little bit more of a defined waist. And I would love to bring the black up to the middle, but maybe add a pop of gold. Do you have anything along those lines?
Do I? Now, I haven't worn this belt in a bajillion years, so I might have to still shop around for something like it because I had a smaller waist about 20 years ago, which is I think when I bought this belt initially. I hadn't had children yet, so you're with me?
Yeah. I'm picking up what
All
you're putting
good.
down.
I love this. And maybe I just have to get like an attachment to make it a little bit wider, but it's a stretchy belt. But I don't want to be uncomfortable and feel like something's digging into my.
This is exactly why I wouldn't wear it, actually, for a couple of reasons. You said you've owned this for 20 years. I have to tell you, stretchy belts are dated. Would you cry if you got rid of this?
It's so pretty. And my daughter might wear it. Like I feel like
if you want to put it into that pile, that's fine. But truthfully, when something you always say, we were talking about how things sometimes come back, like trends sometimes come back. Well, trends come back, but in a very different way. Like there's something that will always be upgraded in a way that you'll know, oh, this is the new version of the trend. I would, in opposition to that belt, which I agree will be cutting into you, bring the suede up from the boot. I actually wouldn't mind a leather either. I don't mind mixing materials, but I want it to be a much more simple belt with a gold and a shinier gold buckle. That was more of a muted bronze. I want to elevate this. And again, the shinier gold will elevate it. I am going to actually flash on the screen right now if you're watching YouTube what belt I think you should get. I am obsessed with Below the Belt. They have great quality for not crazy prices. I don't believe belts should cost like $300. These are between $100 and $200, and they are good everyday cost per wear belts that look more expensive, that are quality, that are interesting, but don't take over your outfit. I am like obsessed. Can you tell I'm obsessed with this brand?
You should do a whole episode on belts.
Just on belts? Oh my God. Yeah, that's the thing that people collect, like that and scarves, and they never get rid of them. And all of a sudden they have a million and they don't wear any of them. I love cleaning out people's scarves and belts. I'm like, oh, they're just taking up space. Get rid of them. That is a whole episode in and of itself. The final thing, once we get this new belt into your life, is I'd like to bring the gold now up to the ear with a bit more of a bolder earring.
Okay, I have two options. I actually bought these together. I don't really wear a lot of earrings ever. And I was like, why? I mean, I think it's because when I used to wear earrings, it was always for an occasion. I was never like a wear an earring just because it's a Wednesday kind of gal. And I think it's an easy way to elevate your outfit and, with a simple something.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to know which one you're going to go for. Now that my hair is shorter too, I think these earrings they'll stand out more. But okay, so
don't keep me waiting, girl.
I'm sorry, I'm a little stuck here.
This is a good intro. What are they?
This first one is
it's like an oddly shaped. How do we explain this? Oh my God. It's a bright gold. It is a hoop, but it's got an odd shape with almost like a teardrop bottom half to it. So it's thicker on the bottom half.
Great description.
Thank you. Listen, my whole life is describing things because of what I do for a living, which is part of why people are like, how are you going to do a podcast about fashion? I'm like, oh, just wait. I'm good at describing things. I live for these earrings, and I think they will look great with the made-up belt in my head that I think you should get. What were these the ones you thought I was going to choose? I haven't even seen option 2.
Yes, because they drop. See, they're kind of, they don't swing. They're not like hoop earrings that kind of like get stuck in your hair.
They're also very your style adjectives. Like they have a preppy feel to them, to be honest. And they're simple yet elevated. They're chic.
So the next option is an earring that I wear almost every day when I remember to wear them. And they're from the same company. They're just smaller. They're like these double hooped miniature, like chunky hoops. They're medium size, I suppose you could say.
I would say those are small, actually, because it's like a large huggy. A huggy is something that goes around just your earlobe, but it's a double huggy. There is 2 gold hoops and they are thicker. First off, you just told me exactly why I'm going to pick the other ones. These are more your everyday earrings. So let's go for something that you don't really wear. Let's put it in the rotation. And it is a bit more of a statement, and you are hosting the event. So I always like to say, be the best dressed underneath the umbrella of appropriate. And I think in this dress, with the little pops of gold, with the suede boot, you are going to be right in that casual dressy arena, but you're going to be like, I'm the host of the casual dressy event.
Right. I love it. Be the best dress under the umbrella of appropriate. Yeah.
Amy Salinger taglines galore. You're welcome.
You should just do a book on like taglines.
I have so
Style
many.
method taglines.
Yeah, there we go. Style method taglines. I love that. Well, we are definitely going to show, if you're watching on YouTube, pictures of Farnoosh in this fabulous outfit that we just put together live and in action at the event. And if you want to check her out, you're going to go to So Money Podcast. My friend, my client, my love, thank you so much for coming on the show. I genuinely appreciate it. And next time, let's do it in person.
I would love that. Please drive down. I miss you too. And thank you for the free styling sesh. Honestly.
You're so welcome. Thanks for being on my podcast.
But, like, I just want your audience to know, like, this is quintessential Amy and Farnoosh. Like, I'm very resistant. She always wins me over. Like, it's really like, I'm like, I don't like that. No, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm a truth teller. But then I realized, like, there's so much I don't know. Like, you help me fill in a lot of blanks, and I think like my trainer says, you're stronger than you know. And I think with you, I'm more stylish than I know.
Yes, I say that. Do you know how many times? Wow, we were supposed to end the show, but this is so true. I say this to clients all the time. You know more than you think you do. Listen to yourself. 90% of the time, I am just relaying back to you what you've already said. You said, these shoes are uncomfortable. Okay, listen to yourself. You already know. Be honest with yourself. Be truthful, and you will be the best version of yourself because of it. That is a great note to end on. You're welcome. Thank you again, Farnoosh, and I will see you soon. That was amazing. Thank you so much, Farnoosh. It was so much fun. And you know what? This is a really important subject. I am not the stylist that's like, buy everything. Who cares what the price is? That's ridiculous. We have to think about it holistically, and finances are part of it. If you want to take that style quiz, start with your forever filter. Make sure you go to the stylemethodpodcast.com, get those adjectives. That's the starting point. And of course, follow me on social media at Style Method Co. That's CO, where you can get even more Style Method, Amy Salinger, and all the fashion tips. Thanks so much for joining, and I will hear you, see you, all the things at the next episode.